Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. Welcome to another market open stream. Today, of course, let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin. I say Bitcoin wins and it's not even close. And let me explain why Bitcoin wins against all other asset classes out there. And big news, BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF accepted by the SEC. So does that mean one will be approved in the near future? Well, let's talk about this and everything else that's going on in the world today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And the market bell has just rung. The best bell in the industry. And if you look at right now, NASDAQ up, Dow and futures, Dow and S&P futures down, but that will change. Today, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen today with the U.S. market. Right now, or for the past few weeks, NASDAQ, risk-on assets, tech sector have all been rallying, right? So that's been pretty good. And this week, we do have more economic data, although it's pretty much priced in. We're going to have another FOMC meeting. We are going to have another rate hike, 25 basis points. That's all priced in. But what people really want to know is this the last one, or will there be another one? Because Powell already indicated there may be two coming, okay? So these kind of economic data can sway him. Obviously, we got some big inflation data that shows inflation is still going down, which is great. And then we have all these others, right? Jobless claims, housing, retail, PMI, all of these data that will make Powell's job even harder. Does he continue to press forward with more rate hikes, or is enough, right? So this next one that's coming, which is in about a week, I think we'll hear more about this. So, but in the meantime, though, a lot of people think that, yeah, this may be the last one, that things will get better, and that's why tech is rallying. And there's a lot of earnings this week, including Tesla. Okay, which everyone is looking at, because Tesla already reported their delivery numbers, and it's just absolutely fantastic. But in addition to Tesla, you have Netflix, Taiwan Semiconductor, and then you have a lot of banks, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and blah, blah, blah. And then you have some like airlines, like United Airlines, American Airlines, Las Vegas Sands. You know, I'm hearing that like a lot of the hotels, travel destinations, like vacation destinations, they're all starting to struggle. I don't know how true it is. Some of you guys may have gone to Disney recently, but I've been hearing Disney is like a ghost town. Disneyland and Disney World, ghost towns. So you let me know if that's true or not, because I really want to know if it's really that bad. Because if so, then that means like airlines will be struggling. Vegas is going to be struggling, though I'm having my Vegas event in about a week. And others that relate will probably be struggling too. Yeah. So there are those things to look forward to. Tesla is going to release, they're going to deliver, I should say, Cybertrucks finally after 4 years. I made I made fun of my friend because he's like the biggest Tesla guy. And 4 years ago when they revealed this, I'm like, get ready. You're not going to get yours until 4 to 5 years. He's like, no. Elon said it's going to be 2 years, right? It's been 4 years, almost 5 years. And finally, they produced their very first one on the line, and they will be delivering them hopefully soon in masses, because I have one in order, but it's probably not going to come until 2024. But yeah, this has a lot of truck manufacturers scared. Ford decides to cut their F-150 Lightning by $10,000, probably because of this. I don't know. I don't really see a lot of Lightnings being driven on the road either, so maybe that has something to do with it. But anyways, yeah, so we'll see. We'll see who gets the first Cybertruck and gets to drive it around. All right, now moving back to Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related news. SEC accepts BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF application. This is just the first step, but still pretty darn good. They didn't just outright refuse it, which they do oftentimes. When people submit, they just claim some BS excuse and like, we're not going to accept it. So this time around, BlackRock did have to revise. They added Coinbase as a surveillance partner. This is something that a lot of people think will get these spot Bitcoin ETFs approved, because it's not just BlackRock's. You have like 6 or 7 other ETF applications. They all have Coinbase as a surveillance partner. Most of them also have Coinbase as a custodian. And it's looking much more positive, much more of a reality this time around. Before, all the analysts, everyone is saying, there's probably like 2 to 5% chance of getting one approved. Now it's like 50-50. Okay, so the odds are actually a lot better this time around. So we will see. Obviously, if the very first spot Bitcoin ETF gets approved, it will be, I don't know, it'll be historic. First in the U.S., right? If you look at what happened with gold, once gold got their ETF, it started exploding upwards. Same thing with Bitcoin, most likely, because that means trillions upon trillions of dollars will be coming in. And the timing of it is perfect right before the halving event, which is next year. And a lot of people think all these applications will get approved sometime early next year, right before the halving event. And then afterwards, that's when things get crazy, right? So the timing of it is like perfect. It's not by accident. It's like these guys knew, especially BlackRock knew, that it'll probably take, 6 months or so to get approved. And that comes right before the halving event. That's when things get really crazy. They're not dummies. They didn't get to become the world's largest asset manager by accident. Okay, none of these things are by accident. Okay, so yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. Michael Saylor likes to remind people there is no second best financial asset. And if you're looking at it like this, it's true. When you compare Bitcoin to everything else out there, the NASDAQ, growth sector, large caps, bonds, mid caps, small caps, gold, and other high yield bonds and stocks, investment grade bonds, treasuries, cash, even cash is in there. Okay. You have bad years, like 2022 was bad all around. Yes, Bitcoin, you could argue, had a worse year than, say, NASDAQ. But you look at the growth years is also better. And you look at 2018, it was a bad year for Bitcoin too. And 2014. So every class has their bad years, but nothing comes close to the good years for Bitcoin, which is why annualized Bitcoin is growing at 151% per year. Okay, year to date so far this year, 89%, better than anything else out there. And annualized, it's not even close. There's nothing that's close to the annualized growth of Bitcoin. If you're looking at cumulative, of course, not even close at all. But this is why Bitcoin is the winner. Bitcoin wins. Nothing is going to touch Bitcoin in terms of gains or growth. And the funny thing is, we are still so early. This is coming in before a spot Bitcoin ETF exists in the U.S. and without all the regulatory framework or clarity or regulations not even in place. When those things are in place, okay, you're going to have trillions upon trillions upon trillions that will be entering the space, and it's going to drive Bitcoin one day to equal the market cap of gold, which will place it around 700,000 each. Okay, gold is 12, 13 trillion in market cap, maybe a little bit higher, 14, 15 trillion. I haven't checked recently. Bitcoin is still nothing compared to some of these other larger assets, but it will get there. It will get there. That's why Michael Saylor is so bullish, why I'm so bullish, and why so many are so bullish on Bitcoin. All right, and of course, there's a lot of supporting arguments why Bitcoin is so strong. If you're looking at supply last active, 1, 2, 3, 5 years, all going up. all at all-time highs. People know this. It's not just me and Saylor. A lot of you guys watching know Bitcoin is the way. Bitcoin is the winner. So why not keep loading up on the winner? Okay, and that's why supply is last active, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, all at all-time high. And then, of course, number of addresses holding at least 0.1 Bitcoin, which is still a lot. It's $3,000 for 0.1. Just think about it. Even 0.1 is 3,000. Imagine when 0.1 equals 30,000. Okay, that's going to happen. Again, all-time high, right? All the fundamentals measuring Bitcoin's activity, network, holders, all-time high. From a technical standpoint, Bollinger Bands, and John Bollinger said this himself, there is a squeeze. Bitcoin is in a squeeze. So it will violently get out of its position. And I'm thinking it's going to be to the upside, of course, because of everything else that's going on. So, again, it's a very good time. Very good time to be in Bitcoin. There are great things happening, and it will be much higher in the future. So, definitely a good time to be in, DCing, holding, and just waiting for the goodness to come, waiting for the life-changing wealth or the wife-changing wealth or financial freedom to come to you, right? Also, Binance. Binance just completed integration of Lightning Network. So this will make things take a little, since Binance has so many transactions, it'll make things cheaper. And also, it's just another endorsement, I guess, for Lightning Network. Lightning Network is growing. It has its problems sometimes, but, it's early technology. It makes Bitcoin very fast, very cheap, and it's being adopted. So this is pretty good. It's trending on Twitter. What else is there? This is something else relating to Bitcoin, but also relating to more of a global macro thing, which is, global liquidity. Okay, those of us in the U.S., we know that, we had a lot of stimulus over the years, right? Which is why we have high inflation. But in China right now, they're thinking about adding more money to their supply, and we have seen when China gets more money flows into Bitcoin, especially since they're really pro on crypto now these days, especially through Hong Kong. They're trying to make it into a new Web3 hub. So who knows? Who knows? Look at that combined M2 money supply. Look at how much it's been going up, right? Especially started in 2020. It started going up at a faster rate, right? And there may be more because China's thinking about adding more money because they're really struggling right now. Outside of Bitcoin, really only two things. Of course, people are still talking about XRP. How high is it going to go? I see all these videos being created. Like, is it going to go to $1? Is it going to go higher? Right now, it's holding in its mid-70s, which is really good. Really good. I mean, it did pump up to 90 cents, came back down to where it is now, 70 cents, and then it started climbing up again. The fact that it held its gains is pretty good. It's pretty amazing, right? So can it go higher from here? Definitely. The ceiling has been removed, right? This SEC ceiling or cloud that's been on top suppressing XRP's price has been lifted. So now the sky's the limit. And according to Brad Garlinghouse, there's going to be a lot more banks that want to use XRP, okay? And some of these banks are in the U.S., and we hear about it in Japan already. But U.S. banks, are they going to start using XRP as a bridge currency? We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it. But like JP Morgan already created their own. They have JP Morgan coin that does this. All these other banks, are they going to adopt XRP for cross-border payments? We will see. We will see. And then lastly, those of you guys that are in DeFi, Aave released their new stablecoin, GHO. I don't know why it's needed, but you know what? A lot of these projects, they need some kind of governance token, and they need some way to survive. That's why they launched their own token. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. I'm not a big Aave guy, but in case you guys are. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's see, today, flipping more into the green, so that's good. Let's see, Coinbase, man, Coinbase just does not stop, but they did fall a little bit on Friday, so I picked up a little bit of Coinbase, but they're at 107 today. And MicroStrategy, Mara is still in the red, MicroStrategy barely in the green, and then what is Tesla at? Tesla, man, no, Tesla is plus 3% too, almost back to 300. So Tesla's also doing very good. A lot of people think they will do very well in their quarterly. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let's see here. Let's see if I miss anything. Good morning from South Africa, Jordan. Welcome. Oz is back. Glad that you're back. It's been a while. People answering my Disney question. Disney World is a zoo. I don't know. I guess Disney is still pretty crowded because I've been hearing it's pretty dead. I guess maybe not. Serious question. What do you do with the Cybertruck? Whatever you want with it. It's going to be very powerful. You don't have to worry about dents or scratches. It looks cool. You could still tow with it. And you could haul things in the bed. I don't know. You do whatever you want. Josh says you can save Master Chief with your Cybertruck. Well, that's that's also something you could do. Let's see. Still scrolling here. Don from Colorado. Welcome. Why hasn't XRP pumped more now they have clarity? Well, like I said, they're doing very well. Holding at 74 cents after a big 60% jump. You realize that this is not bull market yet. Okay, I take that back. It's not the parabolic phase of the bull market yet. It's the beginning of a new one, but still, conditions aren't the greatest. Okay, in terms of people are still saving now because of recession. They're spending less. And overall, you know, not everyone is FOMOing at this stage. All right. Wall Street, big guys, they haven't put their trillions back in yet. They will, but they're all kind of waiting, right? So things move really quickly when they do. And they could be very boring for a long time. But, you know, Solana's up 30% for the week. XRP is still up 57% for the week. I mean, those are substantial gains. So enjoy them, right? And there will be a lot more coming in the future. Wanted to know your opinion on IMX. I think it's promising. I think it'll be more promising once they come out their chain. They have a deep relationship with Polygon. They want to take over the gaming sector. They're already in NFTs. So I think they're interesting. We'll see what happens when they come out there with their own L2. Well, Let's see. Opinion on Ape Swap. I have no opinion on Ape Swap. Never heard of it. Never used it. Cybertruck can float. I certainly hope Cybertruck is as good as it looks. I know it takes getting used to, and a lot of people don't like the way it looks. I think the front end and the side looks good. Back end looks horrendously ugly. But if you can throw some, you can throw a lift kit on there. I don't know if you can because it's going to have air suspension. But if you could throw a lift kit on there, throw some 35s, 37s on it, it's going to look fantastic. And then you put a turret in the back. It's going to look really good. People will make it look really good. And then you could wrap it because it only comes with stainless steel. But if you wrap it in some different color or something, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. The inside probably still gonna be kind of shitty, to be honest. Even a Model S or Model X Plaid, and I had both. The inside is just like so-so. So I doubt the Cybertruck's inside is gonna be that great. The outside will be pretty good. And Tesla stock is doing really well. Bitcoin is still holding in the 30s. It's unfortunate it couldn't hold at 31s. Am I going to get XRP tattooed? No. No, I'm not. Do you think this is the last bull run coming up? A lot of people saying it'll be the last chance. Just looking for your opinion. No, it's not going to be the last bull run. There will be more. The gains after this one may slow down. You think about the previous cycles, Bitcoin went up like 10,000%, then a few thousand%, then a few 100%. After this one, right, the gains could be a lot less, maybe only 2 or 3x or 4x, but there will still be bull runs for sure. I'm not going to repeat what Mr. Medina said, but that's funny. What? Yeah, half the people think Cybertruck looks bad. I think it looks good. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see the presence it commands. If it's going to be a huge, huge truck driving around, it's going to demand presence. I mean, it's going to have a presence and demand respect, I guess. I'm a big truck guy. I just don't have anywhere to park for now. Once I get my new place, I'll have more parking space. In your opinion, should I put equal amounts in crypto news and stocks or just focus mainly on crypto? Robert, that's up to you. That's completely up to you. I'm like 100% in crypto or 99%. I dab in stocks just for fun, very little. It doesn't really affect me one way or another, but I'm like, I like to play with options. But, for most people, it's a combination of their 401k, retirement plan, and some, obviously some other things, maybe gold, and then a little bit of crypto, right? It's different for everyone. I think it just depends on how much extra cash that you have to play with. If you have very little, then obviously you have to be more conservative. Your age also plays into it. If you're younger, you could be a little bit less conservative and more aggressive. Everyone's scenario is different, but I don't think anything's going to outperform Bitcoin or crypto by a wide margin. Nothing's close. So that's how I feel. Speaking of movies, I watched Mission Impossible. Very, very good. Very enjoyable. Mission Impossible was way better than Indiana Jones. And it was just really good. Oppenheimer, I'll probably watch that. see the problem with movies like Oppenheimer or Titanic, you know, they're based on events, so you already know how it ends, right? So all the things they put in the trailer, like all the dramatic stuff, like it might end the world, it might burn up the ozone and all that. We know it didn't happen, right? Like they can't just throw in new things in there, like make it a fictional thing. So it's probably gonna be good, but a lot of the drama they try to add into it, you know, we know it didn't happen. So that's what sucks. Fabio, shout out from Brazil. Welcome. Welcome. Jordan, I am going to go put out another house video soon, so I'll give you guys an update. It's been a while, so I'll put that up on the I Am George channel soon. And speaking of a few other things, WAG, I got to bring up WAG. So I am having a Vegas event, right? It's getting pretty crowded, but last chance, I'm going to close out RSVP this week. So for those of you guys that do want to attend, you've been on the fence, thinking about it, you better think fast, because after this week, closing RSVP. So it'll be held in the Foundation Room in Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. A ton of insiders, projects, influencers, VCs, a lot more. I mean, and fans too. So last week for this, just to remind you guys. And then also, I shouldn't have to remind you guys, but I will, because a lot of people don't watch all my videos, but my 10K challenge is still ongoing. 4,500 entries, not bad, but it could be a lot better. 160 days left. Challenge you guys to win $10,000 from me. I'm giving it out. All you have to do is subscribe and watch my videos. That's it. Subscribe to my social media, to some of my other things that I offer, and enter. That's it. That's really it. So make sure you don't miss out on that. All the links are in the description. Let's see here. Yeah, things are turning green today. That's good. That's good. I guess there's still a big Hollywood strike. I don't know what that's going to lead to. Patrick, you have a good day. That's too much work for 10K. Well, actually, in fact, for Brad Garlinghouse, I asked someone that's very close. She's very close to the XRP community. She's coming to the event, and I asked her, hey, can you invite Brad or any of the top brass from Ripple to my event? And she's like, well, I could try, but in the past they asked a million questions and they're very picky about where they go. And Brad, you know, sometimes he shows up to an event and leaves in 5 minutes, so not the most, I don't know, gracious guess. Or maybe it was just that one thing. He's a busy guy. He's a really rich and busy guy, so maybe he just wasn't feeling it. I don't know, but maybe there will be a few XRP guys at the event, or Ripple guys, I should say. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. That's pretty much it. You know, today's a quiet day. Today's a quiet day. Overall, not much going on, but we know there will be. a spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. Probably not this year, but early next year, right before the halving event, which will make things even crazier, right? But maybe it gets approved earlier this year. Who knows? But, you know, BlackRock's application is accepted, I should say. Bitcoin, it's the best asset. Nothing outperforms Bitcoin. It's not even close. It's not even close, right? So stick with Bitcoin, my friends. Stick with crypto. A lot more goodness is coming. So stay strong, my friends, and I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care.